Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Game James, and you are in the Chop Shop. Joining me tonight, my regular crew down below. You got the musicologist A. Reed,
What's up, baby?
and over here to my right, you got the buff nerd, Jay Stogs.
Let's go.
See, I didn't do all that. I just said.
Uh, It's all good. He had that little cookie monsterish
Look, you did your
sound.
thing.
It's
I
all
did
good.
what I do. I didn't say nothing about buff nerd. Let's go. What?
I was just
What? It's a new
Oh.
season.
good to see you guys again. It's been
I don't know. It was good to see you, man.
I
You
man,
just
it's been
start
too
popping off
it's
already.
been too
Boy, I
long,
tell you
bro.
what,
It's been
that's-
too long. I'm glad
tell
we
you, man.
back. I'm glad to
Yes.
see you fellas, man. I hope everybody
Hey.
has some good R&R. This
Yeah.
see what this summer's winding down, and
Yes, sir.
and I'm still in the schoolhouse. I don't know what happened. Oh, my bad. Anyway, well, snap out of it. Hey, man, there's a lot going on, fellas.
Man, so
And
much.
NFL training camp is just started, and one of the last names we talked about was Deshaun Watson and his contract.
Mm.
And now, because the Cleveland Browns are so desperate to get a quarterback, they have kind of torn up the NFL free agency market to me. And not free agency market, the quarterback negotiating market. So the Arizona Cardinals just gave Kyler Murray the bag, but they got certain stipulations that they put into this contract that came out today. Fellas, what do y'all think about the verbiage in the contract that in order for this contract to be valid, and I'm making up words because it didn't say that, but I'm adding to it to make it sound better, you must get a minimum of 4 hours of studying in every week.
It means he wasn't studying his product.
Hello.
Question. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Film study is what specifically they were talking about, and they're mandating contractually that he does film study for 4 hours in the QB room. How many times a week do they meet?
Shit, you meet every day.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, every day except for Tuesday, once the regular season starts.
Okay.
And most of the time on Tuesday, you still gonna go get some work and some film in.
Got you. Treat me whatever it is. Got you. But 4 days, 3 days, you meet. Here's my question. Here's my thing. And it was a question that sets up the statement. Well, actually, another question. If the minimum is 4 hours per week during the regular season, what in the hell is you doing the rest of the time? Like, here's the thing. I don't blame Kyler Murray per se. My blame goes to the quarterback's coach.
Yep.
And the OC.
And the head coach. You got to blame
Definitely
all.
head coach.
And you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Jay, I'm gonna go one step further before we elaborate a little bit more. This is the same dude who when he got hired, said he was gonna work in social media breaks for his players. So you more concerned about them being able to go out and check Twitter opposed to watching and studying games. And so now we wonder why he was getting his ass smacked in the playoff game against the Rams when he couldn't read and pick up blitzes. So it's apparent to me that if you got a mandate that he study, that means, like Reed said, he didn't study before. You don't just write this rule up.
Facts.
And so this is where I get upset. I was getting upset. It was me and a couple of my boys, I've been knowing for, very long time, right? And we talk about these kinds of things. And I was actually getting upset because at first I just like Reed, I was like, yo, facts, you paid him, you know what you got, whatever. But then I started getting upset, like, yo, 4 hours minimum. And so then, and I know you can, you know what I'm saying, you really can speak to this when, hey, as an educator, you have to plan for your class. You have to plan. That is, you have to do it. Well, okay, you're supposed to.
I'm joking, yeah.
No, because here's the deal. If you don't and your kids fail, then you lose your job.
Right.
right? Or you get on reprimand and it becomes more difficult for you to get another job.
Right.
Now, there are teachers that have been able to game the system. Cool. But dude, they make a fraction of what you do, yet they plan more than you do and have more impact on more people. But your punk ass who gets $230 million,
punk ass, huh?
bro.
Tell me how you feel, J Stogs.
I saw a meme today where his yearly salary is basically the Oakland Athletics, who drafted him. That's their whole payroll for their whole team. He's making that a year. But dude can't dedicate 4 hours. Bro, your OC and your QB coach need to be fired.
Hey, can I ask y'all both a question, though? How the hell did this part of the contract get out publicly?
They wanted to shame his ass.
But this is my whole thing. If you want to shame him, you don't pay him.
I don't know. That might have been ownership or something like that. I mean,
hey, dog, this is my whole thing.
He's kind of been acting. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of been in his feelings a little bit.
He's been a lot in his feelings. But you read, but to put this out there for everybody.
To me, man, that just shows that. It shows that what kind of thinks he is, he isn't. And
but you know
secondly, he really got to get his ass in them books. Because if they finna pay him, they pretty much tell him, okay, you're supposed to be our future franchise. This is what we need you to do to take us to the next step or to help us to go to the next step. Because clearly you're not doing it. So we got to put in these stipulations and let you know this is what we need you to do.
But the Arizona Cardinals had all the control. If this is how you really felt, don't pay him till he proves that he can get the goddamn job done.
Who else you gonna get?
He's still under contract. You ain't have to give him nothing.
Remember Kyler Murray was talking about, hey, you know what? I think I want to leave. Bye. He wasn't asking for a trade.
Yeah.
He was asking for a trade towards the end of the season. He was like, you know what? I think I want to go somewhere else. I want to see what's out there. I may not sign, a contract after this year. I may just test the waters. And Arizona was like, whoa. We're considering you like a top 10 QB, which he's not. We're considering you a top 10 QB in the league. He's exciting, sure. But the fact that dude doesn't even do film, and to me, this is what Arizona said, look, you think you want to test the waters? We're going to just taint those waters a little bit, right? We're going to put out there, hey, you can sign him, but dude doesn't do film study. That's why he loses.
You tainted the waters, but you paid him. So Arizona looks like a double. They look like the West Coast version of the Cleveland Browns now. Then, if that's the case.
They was trying to see. I think Arizona's looking like, well, who in the hell you gonna get? If we let him go, who the hell we gonna pick up?
True.
Who you know what I mean? Who for real? Like who can you put in Kyler Murray's spot that's gonna be as good as him?
So here's what
sucks.
Don't say
Baker Mayfield.
No. Here's what sucks.
Don't say Jimmy G.
Jimmy G can do what Kyler Murray does in that offense.
That's why
nobody jumped on Jimmy G. Nobody waited.
San Fran probably don't want to trade within the division. That's all that is, Reed.
San Fran waited.
I believe that.
San Fran just now said, okay, you can go ahead and, if you want to go and, explore trades, you can do that. Because they're like, well, we really don't know. We kind of want you, man, because we're not really sure on Trey Lance, which everyone knew they wanted Trey Lance to be the starter this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard on that was slowing Trey Lance down was the playbook. That's really what a lot of his came down to. They want him to be able to get in that playbook. He has the ability to do it. What you laughing at, dog?
If the playbook is slowing you down.
That's part of that Kyler Murray film session, huh?
I mean, it's.
And was Frisco that bad with Jimmy G?
No.
Man, they got to the NFC Championship game with Jimmy G.
I mean, with a busted up hand.
Well, this is the whole thing. Let's call a spade a spade, right? San Francisco messed up by drafting a quarterback in the first round. And then now you have to find a way to get him on the field. And you're hoping Jimmy G does just enough to where when you get rid of him, it's justified, right? But he did okay last year. So now the only thing you can say is, well, his shoulder's sore and, he had the surgery. It might just be time to part way. It's a whole bad situation, man.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation. All of
it is.
They mismanaged it.
They did. And I mean, if I'm Jimmy G, actually, I'm kind of looking at Cleveland because if I can finish out that year on that contract.
He wants more stability.
But here's my thing though. After this year, if Cleveland does well, better, which I suspect they will, Deshaun will at least have 6 games. And NFL, it's going to be real bad for NFL if it's anything less. I know it'll be at least 6.
He's gonna.
I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is this: Jimmy G, get yourself a good year on paper, which you have. You can show it's consistent, and then go get you a payday because Carolina, to me, that's going to be his future.
Nah, not well. Why not the Houston Texans? They got Davis Mills.
Why not Minnesota?
Kurt Cocaine ain't going nowhere.
Kurt ain't going nowhere.
Kurt ain't finna take them nowhere.
Houston is a bad situation. It's just a bad situation. I don't see how.
But if he wants to go start Jay Stogs, how many choices does he really have, bro?
At this point, not many. Like I said, Cleveland. He can start day 1 in Cleveland because they ain't got nobody else.
Atlanta.
They got Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
I read. Funny you say that. Supposedly, Atlanta's name has come up multiple times.
Yeah.
All over social media right now.
Sure.
Is being interested in Jimmy Garoppolo, which means Mariota must not be looking good, or they just desperate to have a backup just in case.
Yeah, come on, bro. I wouldn't want to start the season with Mariota. And I wouldn't want to start it with Ritter neither.
Yeah, Ritter's not ready. I think a healthy Mariota gives them something in the Dean Pease offense. Not Dean Pease, that's the defensive coordinator. My bad for Atlanta. The head coach that was the coordinator in Tennessee before he got the head coach.
Ain't gonna take them boys to no playoffs.
Well, they not gonna get out the playoffs out that division, no way. Atlanta Falcons at least 3 years removed from playoff run.
But they can seem a little bit competitive if they got Jimmy G in the back.
I can't argue that. I give you that one. You
Jimmy
right.
G going to Seahawks. Joe, my guy. Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
I can see that too.
Though that is in the division, Seattle's going to have to give up some things. But at this point, it's going to be a bad situation anyway. Trey Lance is there, but yeah, I definitely see him going to Seattle more than I see him going to Atlanta. Well, not really Atlanta, but it's the pieces, right? What do you get for him?
Mariota as a backup in San Francisco. Because think about it. If Atlanta really wanted to make that move, which they won't, they just signed Mariota free agency. They're not going to trade him away. But if he went out to San Francisco, there's no pressure for San Francisco to start Marcus Mariota. And so Trey Lance could start without looking over his shoulder.
But if Trey Lance does not do well, I don't wish any ill will on the dude.
Sounds
but
like
if he but
hey, I hope he do good, bud.
I hope he does well. But the precedent has been set where he has not looked good in any of his outings. He has not.
He only played 6 games last year, man. Started 3 of them.
Okay.
I think that's hard to judge a young quarterback on. And he sat out his last year at North Dakota State. Let's not forget that COVID year, he opted out.
Let me ask you a question. North Dakota State.
Go ahead.
Okay. Carson Wentz. Anyway, let me ask you this question. Why does Deebo Samuel still want to get out of San Francisco?
Because they ain't paying him.
Is that what it is?
You keep want to say it's because the quarterback can't hit him. Where'd you make this up at? Where'd that come from?
Dude, he has not stated, no one has stated money. That San Francisco said, look, we'll pay you. San Fran has came out and said, we'll pay you. We'll pay you. Now, how they pay him, whether it's a running back or a receiver, but I'm telling you, it's because of that boy, Trey Lance. He's not going to get his money, and he knows this. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, McDaniels went to the Dolphins, and he knows that offense. But you still have Shanahan. You still have a Shanahan there.
Well, It was still about money, Jay, because this is what San Francisco tried to do with Debo. Because
he ain't gonna get them touches. He ain't gonna get them same touches.
Before we venture off, they wanted to pay
Shit, no.
him like a running back,
Yes.
which was less money than the receiver money he wanted
Correct.
to get. So
Correct.
that's where the hiccup was in the contract negotiations and talk.
If you want to say that, sure.
All right,
but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I know I just said you're not wrong. But what I am saying, this is how we starting. This is how we starting to say, yeah, get some more of that diet dude.
He ain't getting the same touches, man. I can tell that
He's
much.
not. He's not getting the same touches. He's not.
No.
And Joe, you're right, man. McDaniels is gone, and the offense is going to be different. And you got Trey Lance.
Hey, they lost Mostert though too, right? They lost Raheem Mostert. They got to put the ball in Deebo Samuel's hand. That's their best weapon.
Trey has to get the ball to him.
There's that part.
Well, that's why they run a lot of jet sweeps, reverses, and everything else, so he can hand it to him and not just throw it to him. So, but I feel what y'all saying.
And he's a quarterback. Trey don't understand the playbook just yet.
That's the word on the screen.
49ers gonna have a hell of a time.
How long? But he's been there now for a year.
This is the second year.
Fully. You're
right.
Okay.
You're right. I'm saying. I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I get that. The game changes and all of that, and it does. You have to play in order to really get it. But the playbook, hey man, every that Mountain Dew boy,
my bad.
The playbook, and you're going to be the starter. You're going to be the starter.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't say he's not studying if the comprehension is messing him up.
But this brings you back to the Kyler Murray thing. Yeah. This brings you back to it because obviously he might not have been in the playbook. They got to put them stipulations up there,
especially contractually.
Kyler Murray could not have been in his playbook at all, and I hate to say that because he's a hell of an athlete. We know that.
Yeah,
you're trying to be big,
but now you relying strictly on your athleticism and not your football IQ if you're not studying the game. You have to be a student of the game. Everyone learns different, so I'm not going to say that. But see, I just talked about this on the Pro Fans podcast I was on right before our show started. Playing with Peyton Manning, man, you saw something in a person that went above and beyond when it came down to studying the game and what went into it. So, like, if you judge it just off those standards alone, I mean, can everyone mimic Peyton Manning and Brady? Hell no. But they set a precedent on a bar of what you had to do to try to make yourself better. Peyton Manning could look at defensive formations. The safety move one way at all. He checked to a second or a third play just like that and had the right play ran. And we've seen Kyler Murray at times not be sure what he's doing when he's going through his progression and his checks.
Omaha.
Here's the thing, too. And I'm glad you brought that up because this was the other point that I made and that I thought about.
Damn, is that a whole gallon?
2 liter, but it was like down here at the bottom when I started to read.
No,
I just don't want to pour it in the cup.
Lying. He's lying. Do not believe that.
Am I lying, dude? I didn't drink a whole 2 liter. It's probably like 1 liter by the time I started drinking it.
Anyway.
The diet's going well, too. It's going well. Once I got back from Florida.
2 days ago.
Oh, yes.
I missed y'all. Look, here's what I'm saying, though. He had Larry Fitzgerald on his team. To a man, Larry Fitzgerald is the consummate professional.
Right.
So, if you cannot learn from a consummate professional like Larry Fitzgerald, what in the hell is you doing? Again, he was drafted in 2019. This is 4th season. He's had time.
But
to
Jay,
start to figure it out.
let's just go
Commercials.
ahead. Hey, you said it earlier though. You said that the OC, quarterback coach, and the head coach all need their ass kicked, right? Or need to be fired, whatever. So to me, if this is an issue of Kyler Murray, it didn't just start. They let this habit be created, right?
Yes.
And so now that the money part came up, well, since now we're paying him, we got to make sure he's doing everything on his part now. But y'all already let him build the bad habit if this is the case, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it makes them look so weak. And just the simple fact, like I said, that your QB coach and your OC should be fired right off the rip because you let this happen and no one is checking him. See, that's the problem. No one checked him and said, hey, man, hey, look, get yourself in film study. That's where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And if his coach, head coach has such a relationship with him prior, I mean, what? Dude, it angers me because here's a guy that does have all this potential, who has all this athleticism, who has all of this. And the thing that you need to do, this is part of your job. And for management to put it in your contract, and this is what I said, Randy Gregory, this is the same thing. Verbiage matters. It's Randy Gregory, right?
Yeah.
It's the simple fact that Denver offered the exact same contract to Randy Gregory minus the verbiage. And that's why Randy Gregory is in Denver. That's the simple reason, right? Hey, don't be out there in them streets. Stay off the weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that with Stogs, but
so what's going to happen is if he's not in film study, now we can void parts or all of this contract.
Well, no, I'm sure his agent couldn't be that dumb where they could void all of the contract.
Okay, and that's why I said parts. But now it's like, hey, you know what? You have now basically voided any, extra money, whatever, signing bonus, whatever's going to be voided can be voided. Right. And I agree.
That relationship he has with the coach just goes to show like that's like a buddy type thing. There ain't no real, the respect is we homeboys, we friends, we gonna look out for each other. You know, the head coach, because that's gonna start from the head coach coming on down. Like, I need you to be off in film study. I need these people. I need.
Collar,
he's gonna want. Yeah, say
it's management that wants that, not me.
Whatever. He letting him do whatever. Now I think Kyler walking around just like, shit, I can do whatever because I'm cool with coach. So
I have no respect for the Arizona Cardinals at this point as an organization.
So Joe just put in the chat that Shannon Sharp ripped him a new one. Did anybody see that on
Didn't see it
today?
Didn't see it.
Nah, I've been following the other story. I'm waiting for you to get to that one.
All right. Well, is it worth us even checking into?
We're gonna check into it, Joe. We'll check into that, man, because I always like Shannon. Shannon's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Skip, let me tell you something. When I had me some of them biscuits, man, LeBron is the best. Skip, I love him. I love Shannon. He's my guy.
Let's see something.
He said, "You love LeBron a little too much for me,
man."
Hold on.
He loved LeBron.
As I told you in researching a piece I wrote for the LA Times in 1977, I called a prominent general manager because I thought Doug Williams would go #1 overall in the draft because he just looked like prototype here NFL.
Right.
He's ready for you. What was that, 6'5"?
Yeah, he's like 6'4" and a half, 240. Yeah. And he was prototypical. He was a drop back quarterback. Wasn't no scrambling.
Pure drop back with not a good arm. I'm talking about a bazooka.
Yes.
And I called the prominent GM who told me, and I'm just going to sort of paraphrase the quote, no, we don't have him graded very high. He doesn't have the mental capabilities to play in our league. Mm-hmm. And it was an indictment. I took it as all black quarterback. They just don't have the mental capability to play at this level. Mm-hmm. So here we sit in 2022, and black quarterbacks in this league have had a whole lot of success.
Yes.
And it has done my heart good because every year I see more and more success and more acceptance.
Right.
And now I'm going to hand the ball back to you because I don't love the message that this clause is sending to a black quarterback and about black quarterbacks in general. Please enlighten me.
Well, I think the thing is, and you touch on a point, for the longest time, they said blacks could not play that position because they could not process information fast enough. They couldn't think on their feet. And that wasn't the case. Maybe the case was they weren't studying. Kyler Murray just gave credence to a long history of belief that black quarterbacks, black people in general, are lazy. Skip, you play the quarterback position. You must absolutely know the most. Most quarterbacks, after they've been in the league for a while, they keep notebooks on certain defensive coordinators. Just in case he becomes a head coach somewhere. Okay, I played him when he's a DC. This is the way he approached it. Peyton Manning has books. Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees kept notebooks. I believe most quarterbacks, as you start to age, because Skip, most of the time DCs, if they're any good, they're going to become a head coach, and they're going to go somewhere else, and you're probably going to face them again. So it gives you a head start. What Kyler Murray did was just say, see, told y'all.
Yeah.
Told you.
Wow. Is there some precedence of what Shannon Sharp said, y'all?
I felt some reach. I felt some reach in there.
Think you're reaching a little bit?
I think there's some clickbait in there, but go ahead, Reed.
I felt it was a little reaching. But I mean, I do agree with the bottom line. It still shows that Murray was still not practicing or not studying,
preparing the way a real professional needs to prepare. I think is what the bottom line comes to.
The aspect of black quarterbacks probably not being able to pick up on things. I mean, we've seen a number of black quarterbacks be very successful.
Well, they not to cut you off, Reed. They said that's what the perception was a long time ago, and that's really was what it was a long time ago. That some general managers said that black quarterback wasn't as sharp and couldn't think as well as white quarterbacks. Those statements were made, and I think when Skip said that, he was referring to, he said old conversations he had a long time ago.
Yeah,
and that's why he said that black quarterbacks now have been very successful. But to say that Kyler Murray
was he trying to say Kyler was making him take a step back?
Well, that's what Shannon Sharp said. Shannon Sharp said he thinks Kyler Murray is making some black quarterbacks take a step back because he's giving credence to that whole perception. But I don't think that you can put that on the whole race of quarterbacks opposed to maybe one lazy young man that don't want to get studying in.
I think when you do look around the league, some have had some very good success, but there have been, I mean, I can look back to Steve Young, not Steve Young,
Vince Young?
Tennessee. Yeah, thank you. Vince Young. I can look back at boy down in New Orleans, man. I'm having a blank right now.
Jameis
Winston. Yeah, Jameis Winston talking about eating W's. I mean, I'm just
Jameis, my man, you went there though.
I did, because that's what I'm here to do. But I mean, there is a knock that they, Cam Newton, they look at these quarterbacks as, not having the mental capacity to accept or to be able to take the whole game into perspective and do the film study and do the planning, that, and they rely on their athleticism more than the process of, thinking this through. And I'm not saying it's right, but that continues to be the knock. I don't think it's something that's old with Doug Williams back in, 1970, 9 or whatever, 1980, whatever. But I mean, you just continue to look.
Go ahead and say it.
Can I ask? Can I just say something that I think the biggest problem is? and I don't want to make it about race, but they went to race. So I'm just gonna say this: the black quarterbacks aren't given the same opportunity, same amount of time to make the mistakes that white counterparts have made. They don't. We don't have the same timetable. Like,
well, we
and
do,
then it's
but
just like
we don't do it right.
no,
We don't do it right. We don't
Jay.
start right
We don't because
at the very low level.
At the end of the day, it's gonna be like, well, just do what you do. Be athletic.
Yeah, that's what.
But
And we start that.
The opportunity is shorter. Like I said, if you take Peyton Manning's first 5 years in the league, Jameis Winston's first 5 years in the league, Peyton Manning threw more interceptions than Jameis Winston. But yet, we only talk about the one bad 30 interception season from Jameis Winston.
Which he also had 30 touchdowns.
Right. But we don't
talk
about
over
the
5,000 yards.
We don't talk about that part. We talk about just the turnovers.
And you know who else had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in 1 year?
Who?
Brett Favre.
There it is. So this my whole thing is it's got to be a point in time.
And biracial QBs.
Well, here's the other problem too. And you know, the thing that I look at is the reason why you have a QB like Peyton Manning 5 years and Jameis Winston 5 years is that you see the progression and you know that, okay, this is the stock that he comes from, first of all. So that's kind of hard to deal with, right? But the other part of it is, I'm just, when you're coaching kids, and you know this, when you're coaching kids in those areas, in certain areas, and the play calls are handed off to Sean Jay, right? You're not teaching kids fundamentals of the game. They don't get fundamentals of the game until maybe high school. Maybe.
In some instances, I feel you. But also think about this. Jameis Winston comes into the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
His first 4 years, I think he had 3 different offensive coordinators.
Yes.
To where Peyton Manning had Tom Moore the entire time.
I mean, it's hard. Okay, let's stop right here.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Let's stop right here. Because, we can also talk about Johnny Manziel, who is not even in the damn league, all right? Okay, he
fan control football league, baby.
Right? So, when we talk about, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers,
it's a different pedigree. I got you.
They're not them. We compare them to Jimmy Garoppolo or Aaron Sanchez or like Palmer or Carr. That's his level. That's where he is. Don't compare him to those guys because there's very few quarterbacks, white, black, Hispanic, brown, polka dot, or stripe, that compare to those guys. So keep them where they are.
I got you on that one.
Keep them where they are.
Okay.
But now when we talking about, that 20 to, or 15 to 25 level, they're more 25. They 20 to 25. Football Johnny, that's what I'm saying. And he had the same deal. He didn't study. Thought he could just run from everybody. And them defenses said, oh, guess what? I run just as fast as you.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. But so we won't beat that up. But Jay, you said you had something to talk about that was a really good point because when you sent it in the group chat, man, I did not know the statement was made. I had to go read it.
Oh, yes.
The anonymous defensive coordinator. And I hate, and y'all, can I say this? And y'all tell me if y'all agree.
Yeah.
I hate anonymous sources.
Yeah.
I hate it. At some point in time, I want you to just be a man and stand by your word.
Speak your mind,
if you feel a certain way, come out and say it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Stand by what you know. And the thing is, like, oh yeah, Josina, I'm gonna tell you what I think, but don't use my name. It's the same. Like, so here it is. We're gonna get to the Lamar Jackson quote, but just like Kyler Murray. Yeah. So now all of a sudden he gets the money. Then the quote comes out. Well, people say he's a bad teammate in the locker room. Why not even got to come out?
Yeah,
and I think a lot of it is just to make you, it's to build up the anticipation to where if things don't go well, he wasn't a good teammate and they shouldn't have did it, and it gives you a crutch to fall back on. And I don't know if there's any validity to it at all. But this statement about Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson, anonymous DC defensive coordinator. So you already put that out there. Quote: if he has to pass to win the game, they ain't winning the game. He's so unique as an athlete, and he's a really good football player. But I don't care if he wins the league MVP 12 times.
Wow.
I don't think he'll ever be A1 as a quarterback. He'll be A1 as a football player, but not as a quarterback.
Wow.
End quote.
And that sounds racist.
Straight up, hurry. That just
look at Stein.
Hey, I'm not gonna go as racist, but dude, that's such a slap in the face to Lamar Jackson and what he's been working on.
It ain't necessarily racist. It ain't no racist thing, man. It's just he slapped it. It is a slap though. That is a slap in the face.
Look, it's obviously this is why you're here, Big Game, but to protect the shield, like fans say that.
Right.
Fans say that. Oh, Lamar Jackson, he ain't no A1 quarterback. He'll never be. Cool, fine, whatever. But when you have the shield, when you have people in the league that are saying this, and you said anonymous, so now we can't circle you on the calendar. We can't circle you on the season. That's why he did it, because he's a punk. There's that part. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass. Anyway, when you start doing that and you're doing stuff anonymous, yeah, man, you're trash. So you're scared is what it is. You're scared. Because when he put it on you, and I wish they would find the source. I wish, and I know someone has this. I know someone knows.
I want somebody to blow. Just like we found out about the stipulation in the Kyler Murray contract, somebody need to find out and leak who this source is that said this, because
it's gonna come out.
In the same article that was written in, they also talked about the Lamar Jackson playoff game where he went 33 for 46 passing, 350 yards, 4 touchdown passes to come back and win a game, right?
Yep.
So he has won with his arm before.
Sure.
The fact that he's electric and can take off and run the ball when he needs to, it's amazing. But it's the same narrative most of the time from a lot of people. When you have an athletic quarterback that happens to be black, they will talk about how athletic he is and that he will always beat you with his legs and not with his arm.
Well, give him more weapons over there where he won't have to use a ball. Solidify the O-line a little bit better.
Okay.
You don't have to do all of that running.
Yeah.
But I also
it's a million things that y'all can do.
I also think this past season, and maybe even the past 2 seasons, he's tried to win it more with his arm than trying to be more athletic to prove people wrong. And here's what I say to that. If you need confirmation that you do what you do best, look at Steve Young. Steve Young was considered a running quarterback. He was considered an athletic quarterback with very low arm strength. Yet he is a multi-Super Bowl champion.
Left-handed too.
And left-handed, so you already know the knock there. So, I mean, do what you do. Be you. Don't allow others, and you have the right coach and the right organization that's around you. Jim Harbaugh has been known and quoted, hey, man, you about to change the league. You about to change the league.
Right.
It's all about how you want to play, Lamar. People are going, kids will look up to you by the way you play. That is what he has said to him in a game. Mic'd up.
I just hate that whole narrative. And this is my whole thing. I don't hate that you said something you feel.
Yeah.
That's cool. Stand by it. Why you hiding?
Man.
Why you hiding? Like, if you really feel that way, say it.
I want to see that game.
Big game James Canada said.
I want to watch that game. The Buff Nerd said you trash.
Just say it.
And you're a douche. Aaron Rodgers.
That sounded like a defensive coordinator that got beat by him.
Yeah, he got beat by him.
And it was
that's exactly what it is. He done got the brakes beat off of him. Oh, he couldn't do it if he had to throw.
If you had to throw it. Yeah, but your defense couldn't get him that way.
And
so
your
how
best
about that?
weapon is your tight end, and then it was Hollywood. Come on, man. He had to run the ball half the damn time. He had no
Man.
choice.
No choice. Hey, I think they were
One
down to
tackle.
what? Like they were just picking cats up off the street to run the ball. Injuries and COVID and everything else, they was just decimated.
Yeah.
But they still, were fighting every week. I'm just saying. I mean, hell, they had my guy X as a receiver out
Dez
there,
Bryant.
man. Yeah, and he couldn't even play. He had COVID
Nah, he was
like
pretty
that
much
day.
done at the time he started playing, man. Like I said, Lamar Jackson needs to be paid.
Yeah.
If I were him, I wouldn't even put a cleat or a pinky toe on the field until they paid me. Because that thing back to Teddy Bridgewater, he got hurt dropping back, taking a snap. Nobody even touched him.
Hey man,
when he was
just
in
make sure you
Minnesota.
got. Make sure you got insurance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
your body.
I'm pretty sure he got that Lords of London insurance, man.
Hey man, make sure you get that.
So
for real,
before that contract come out, most of them guys will do that, man. But
you need to sign some guaranteed, man.
It's just, and the thing is, if they just gave Kyler Murray $230 million, $160 guaranteed, what the hell, Lamar Jackson? Kyler Murray not even a top 10 quarterback. He hadn't even won a playoff game.
He is not.
What Lamar Jackson about to do to the bank?
That part.
So I'm curious to see. Look, he is the type of player, and he has said this, where he has a bulletin board. This just goes on the bulletin board. This is just more bulletin board material, and I'm excited to see him play this season. I'm excited to see, because I'm looking for the D. I hope they put the camera on the DC the whole game, just so I can see him.
But the thing is, we won't know what DC it is, so they're not gonna eyeball it unless they find out who it is.
The maddest one. The maddest one. You ever been somewhere and someone has said something about you, and they don't know that you know, but you just be looking at them
the whole time,
and you do something, you're like, yeah, I showed up.
Why you keep staring at me like that?
Be like that meme.
Yeah, y'all stupid, boy.
It's the maddest one. It's gonna be the maddest one.
The maddest one.
That's fun.
The maddest one. The one that's throwing their headphones, headset on the ground.
What did Puff Daddy call it in making the band? Bitch, was it bitch assness?
No bitch assness.
Yeah,
bitch assness.
That's what we need to put that on the shirt, man. Please, no bitch assness. Stand by what you speak on, please.
Nah, because Puffy will sue you.
This is a fact.
But if Puffy see us as suers, that mean that our views are up. I'll take that chance.
What up, Puff? What up, man?
Take that.
What's up?
Take that. All right, man. Keeping this train moving on along. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have added 7-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Julio Jones to the roster.
Didn't he do that back in the 90s?
What you guys think about this move?
You see how he pop?
Hey, man.
You want that ring, baby?
I'm glad you're amusing yourself, J Stogs.
Dude, I really am.
Can make you laugh.
Listen,
right now.
I'm telling you what, y'all have made my evening. I'm glad we back. What this don't even make that. Joe, you have washed like Sunday sheets.
Ring hunt, man.
Washed.
That's a ring hunt. That's a ring hunt.
So, it ain't even a ring hunt.
So Julio Jones is done. Jay, what would you have said if the Dallas Cowboys had signed Julio Jones?
For okay, what?
For why? What?
Why?
You would say the same thing, even if he went to your squad.
I would understand why he went to Dallas.
Yeah, he'll play.
I would understand that.
He'll play in Tampa.
Need another receiver over there.
Well, think about it. Tampa need one until Godwin come back. Chris Godwin, he coming up that torn ACL. He's not gonna be ready to play for the first 3-4 weeks.
Oh yeah, guess what? We got one of them too.
That's a whole nother story. But yeah,
I mean, but Julio Jones, there's no other receivers. There's no one out there. There's no other receivers.
I think this is my honest opinion, and I'm not speaking as a fan. I'm speaking as a assistant general manager. I think that you go off of Julio's namesake and just hope that you can get a glimpse of what he once was while you're waiting on Godwin to get healthy. Just a glimpse of what he once was. We know he's not that Julio that dominated the league for years.
He's going to be covered every play.
Especially off of what he was last year in Tennessee. If there's any signs, to me, like the general manager in Tampa, they just erased last year's season. Because there's no way you watch that season and go, hey, we need to go get Julio. They went all the way back to Atlanta tape and got that. And that's the Julio Jones they're hoping to get a glimpse of to help them out over a matter of time. That's my whole thing.
Let me ask you a question.
They write on this every play.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Plus or minus 750 yards. Yards, plus or minus.
Oh.
Plus or minus.
Minus.
Okay. All right. Plus or minus 5 touchdowns.
Plus. Red zone, big body.
Yeah, I can give you a plus on that.
Red zone, big body, Jay. Think about it. I'm not trying to be funny. No knock on my quarterback. Brady's arm is not as strong as it used to be. If Julio can use his big body to run the curls and the digs in the red zone.
Just enough separation. Just enough
in the red zone.
To where Brady can throw it in there.
He can get plus 5 touchdowns, dog.
He get some.
You think so?
He get some TDs.
I think so. You looking at me like I'm crazy right now.
These DB is gonna be.
I'm looking at these stats. I'm looking at these stats.
He ain't burning nobody deep. That's for damn sure.
No.
Yeah, man.
No,
look.
He's not.
All I'm saying is, and I said 5. I probably should have bumped it up to plus or minus 6. Because what do you think? Plus or minus 6?
I think he get that. I think he get.
Yeah.
I think so.
You think so? You think 7? You think he at least get 7?
I think he get at least 7. Just because of that passing game in the red zone and that big body. That's the only reason I say that. He's almost the size of a tight end, dog.
Did you see
how little that number 2 looked on him last year in Tennessee?
I got you. Well, hold on. So Julio has been in the league since 2011. Right? So it's 10 seasons. You just saw it, didn't you? You just saw it, didn't you? Just looked it up.
Go, please finish. My bad.
After 10 seasons, you already looked it up. Reed, how many touchdowns over 7 do you think this man had? 7 or more? Plus 6.
How many?
Out of 10 seasons, 3.
Julio right now?
Julio.
Yeah, he's only had 3 seasons when he's had more than 7 touchdowns. I said 6. I said he's gonna get 6
right now.
No. I said plus or minus 6. You said plus.
I said
so it's
6.
over under.
I said plus 5. I said 6. I'm changing.
You did plus 5. You did. When I said plus 6, you said, "Oh yeah, you can get." I said so 7 touchdowns. He can get 7 touchdowns.
He had Matty Ice. He had Matty Ice throwing him the ball in Atlanta some of them years.
What's your point? Bro, I'm looking at these yards.
Matty Ice ain't been great.
Bro, 1593, 1871, 1409, 1444, 16. Like he's getting yards, but he ain't getting no TDs.
They ain't go to him in the red zone. They ran the ball. They had the ground game. They had Devontae. They had Dante Jones, whatever the running back was. They fed the ball on the ground and scored touchdowns, man.
First of all,
he got Brady. Brady throw the ball on the 4. Brady will throw the ball on the 1 yard line. Because Leonard Fournette, we don't know what
I'm about to do. Look, Fat Man Thick. Fat Man Thick, Leonard Fournette. They're going to give it to the ball, just roll him into the touchdown. Just roll, bubble roll. Just lean forward. We about 260 now.
Yeah, that's what they said, dog. He said he was 240. But yeah, I saw that picture.
Man, come on.
That jersey looked like a straight jacket on his ass.
Bro, that jersey look young.
Yeah, that jersey was choking. Somebody said on one of my tweets that playoff Lenny ate the other Lenny.
Wow.
That boy out there with the kicker jersey, yo. Boy, if you take that off.
Wow.
I said the kicker's jersey.
He got the kicker's jersey, yo.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man, if you don't take that punter jersey off. Man, look, Julio, I wish you all the best. But Nah, my man. This is nah. I'm not seeing that. That's just I like it. You can say it's a ring chase, I guess so, but
it is, Jay. Think about it. What other team? The Rams weren't gonna sign him.
you don't have Gronk, so he's gone.
Right.
So
but
who's your tight end?
We got Kyle Rudolph. And Kyle Rudolph was not a bad. I mean, he's 11 years in. He's older. Kyle Rudolph is decent to help with the run game. Brake's going to be the receiving tight end.
Let me tell you what I've learned in my life, in my 44 years on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
When a person starts out saying, look, they not that bad.
They bad.
Come on, man. Hey, look at Kyle. You know Kyle Rudolph is a 3-time Pro Bowl tight end, man.
That burger was not that bad. That burger was not that bad.
I don't have to try.
It wasn't that good. No, come on, man. I understand. I understand. But if you got to start out with, he's not that bad. Dalton Schultz is not that bad.
Hey, Dalton Schultz, top 5 tight end in the league.
Stop it.
I'll give y'all that.
Stop. Don't give us that because it's a lie.
He said, stop it.
I'll give y'all that, man.
Stop it. That is no. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I mean, so you got a receiver coming off of injury. You don't have Gronk. You got old man Brady. You got fat man Thick and Fournette. So,
hey man, that's a lot of hate coming off you right now.
All I'm saying is the beginning of the season.
We got Gage from Atlanta. That's dude, why did I do that? That's all good, man. We're gonna be all right because Dallas wished they had the problems that we had.
We have your problems. We have your problems.
Y'all have more problems than
we have a hurt receiver. We have you have a better line than we do. I will say that. I'm excited to see the rookie and see what our first runner that we got. I'm excited to see what our defense will look like this year. Hopefully they've taken another step in the right direction. We got the DC back. So on that side of the ball, I don't want to be worried. I'm always kind of, because it's Dallas, man. It's Cowboys. You know, it's like that.
Keep your secondary from riding in cars with people that shoot at people.
Hey, man, as long as it's not Diggs, I don't give a damn. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right. Hey,
I don't care.
It's cool. Anyway,
we're
going to keep that thing moving. We did talk about Julio. So now, hey, we coming up. We're running out of time. But hey, something that I know we talked about it. I know Reed was excited about it because early in the year when this was unveiled and released, he sent us a picture of it. The NFL alternate helmets this year, and I'm pissed off. I'm gonna lie. I am pissed off because Tampa supposedly could not get what they needed for the creamsicle this year because they're doing alternate helmets and they're doing throwback helmets. Even your Cowboys are doing the white throwback this year.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted y'all to talk about. I want to talk about these helmets, man, and pull them up on the screen while we talk about them. Because
bring them up.
They love.
They're interesting.
Why Tampa Bay can't get one?
It was something about the damn. I ain't buying it, Reed. I'm not buying it at all.
They're tripping on the computer.
Here we go.
It's not a real color. That's why.
Shut up, J Stogs.
Don't you tell them down that they'll fight your ass over that.
If you named it, it's a color, goddammit. So anyway,
really,
they will fight your ass.
Really, Desert Rose.
When the hell you seen something called Desert Rose?
That's a color. Look it up. That is a color.
Anyway,
it's a color. I went curtain shopping for whatever reason. Desert Rose.
Just the fact that you want a Desert Rose in your house.
I did not.
Okay. Hey man, can we go over these helmets, dog? And I want to know which one y'all think is the best because
Cincinnati,
Dallas,
Chicago. y'all, you homers. I ain't gonna lie. So now
I like Chicago. I do like Chicago.
I like the Panthers the best. that Black Panthers is pretty cool.
That's all right.
You know what?
The Black Eagles is okay too. But
If the Saints didn't have them Fortaleza in the middle, looking like a high school team, I'd be down with that.
It looked like the Purdue Boilermakers helmet, really.
Now let the guy all them stickers like a high school, like, hey, I did well this week.
And then they go to throwbacks this year too. So the New England Patriots are going. They're gonna rock the throwback.
Okay.
The Giants
going back to their old.
I ain't gonna lie though. The Falcons and that throwback red.
That was a clean one.
I like that Falcons one too.
That's nice.
But right here on
Deion
this
first came in.
The Bengals, man, I gotta see the whole outfit.
Dope.
Yeah, but it kind of look like a zebra.
No, the white tiger is dope.
I know it's a Bengal tiger, dog. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could be misconstrued for a zebra.
You have to see it with the
with the stripes. with the white stripes on.
Yes, screwed on.
That's gonna be fire.
Joe just saying that because he a Dolphins fan. And the Dolphins ain't did good enough to get an alternate uniform yet.
Oh. And that's why
why the Commanders even
that's why
ain't they regular helmet?
Well, no, they got the burgundy one that's gonna be their regular helmet, and the black one is their alternate.
Why don't they just put commies on the side of it?
I don't know, but hey, man, am I the only one that like this black Arizona helmet too?
Yes.
It's not like black. It's like a dark something.
Like navy?
No, man.
No, it's black. I don't like it.
Dark rose something.
Okay.
I don't know how you.
Dark like desert rose, but dark rose.
It's like a dark something, man.
Or like pewter.
Hey, Joe, don't hate me, fam. You know I
dark
ain't got
cardinal
love for y'all, man.
Dark pewter.
I ignored you the first time for a reason, Jay Stogs. I ignored you.
Don't ignore me. You know, I hate that. Dark
Go ahead. Click on the throwbacks. Click on those throwbacks again.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
It was just those?
Yeah, those are only throwbacks. And
Cincinnati been playing in the same damn helmet since they started, bro. What's the throwback?
No, they could go. Remember, they used to have the word Bengals. They used to have the word Bengals on their helmets way a long time ago.
No one wants that.
But see, Tampa Bay should be on here with Buccaneer Bruce for the throwback.
It should be.
I'm pissed off on that.
That creamsicle, man. That creamsicle.
Yeah, they really.
To me, it is.
They really told.
I like the creamsicle.
To me, it is
because that's an actual color, and it's so nice. And creamsicle is one of my favorites.
There you go down there in the yeah.
That's
Boy, that's clean, dog.
What? So they're not using that?
Nah.
Don't even look like a buccaneer.
That's that pewter that Jay Stogs keep talking about, Reed.
I like that though.
So wait, are they trying to decide between those two, or
no? Supposedly, when they did the alternate thing and got it into the league, they requested it for 2023, not 22, and they said that they couldn't get the oranges right. But Chicago got a bright ass orange helmet, so I don't know what that was all about. It just kind of made me mad about the whole situation. And then the Texans with the red, they're gonna come up with the all red joints. So they're gonna have red jersey, red pants with their red helmet, and it's gonna be red from their blood on the field too. They're gonna get their ass trounced.
You know what? I'm not a fan of that. Kansas City has a red rush jersey and uniform. And so it's like all red, and I remember watching it on TV. I was like, "Oh no!"
They always did a lot of all red back in the day, though.
Yeah, but they broke it up with the white pants or the white.
I like when they wore the yellow pants every once in a blue moon too. I like that.
Yeah,
break that up. But
yeah,
I think the Kansas City Chiefs on the decline, y'all, and nobody's saying nothing about it, man.
Seahawks got the one that kind of hurt your eyes.
Them neons.
That color rush.
But I ain't gonna lie, I like those though.
It's tight, but that highlighter kind of mess your eyes up.
Yeah, it'll blind you. You damn right. You are right. Hey man, so we coming to the end, and I don't know if I put you on the spot or not. Reed, did you have a would you rather for us tonight?
Yeah, I got something.
All right, man. Because
stay on deck.
We run out late. We only got time for one tonight, though. Let's hit that one. Excuse me. That one. Would you rather before we get up out of here?
Oh, that Mountain Dew you been drinking.
Uh-huh.
Don't give me those side eye.
He drunk
I
a
ain't
whole
say he been
2
drinking
liter.
Mountain Dew.
No, hey, Reed, it wasn't full, bro.
A
I
whole
promise
2
you.
liter, man.
Man, it was full.
Hey, don't listen to
Hey.
Jay Stogs ass, dog. It was not full.
Wow.
Listen, before the show, he went.
Hey, it was right. It was at the label. It was at the bottom
Stop
part
it.
of the label.
Stop
You
it.
took me,
Okay,
no,
it.
because
All right,
you
it was
put
at the
more.
D. It was
You
at the
had
D.
at
Stop
least
it.
half of that in there, bro.
No, it
Stop
was at the
it.
D. It was at the D.
It
I was like,
wasn't
I ain't
good.
gonna waste the glass. You know what
That
I'm saying?
boy was.
For real. For real.
Y'all done.
That mug was full.
For real.
I should have put a straw in that mug too.
Because you classy. You
What's
know,
your name? Oh, shoot.
classy pewter.
Gotta take
Yeah.
it to the head, kid. Gotta take it to the head, to the face. Y'all crazy,
I'm
man.
classy.
All right.
What we doing?
Come on, kid. You gotta take it to the head.
We're doing a would you rather.
I got you, man. Would you rather be the coach of a college team or professional sports team?
This shouldn't be that hard, but it is.
Right?
Basketball or football?
Oh. Now you getting
Let's say football. 'Cause we've been talking about football. Let's talk about football. College football or NFL coach?
Man, that's tough. I would probably say college.
I second that.
I would say college.
And I used to say it's more pressure in the NFL, but hell, the way some of these college coaches getting fired now, I don't know. I still say college. I just think the whole atmosphere is more organic, and you got more control of the situation.
Yep. And
It's hard to tell millionaires what to do. They got to buy into it and respect you. But yeah, Nick Saban ass got cussed out by Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor. That's why he ran Alabama and left the Dolphins.
Man, I mean, it's hard to tell millionaires, like you said, what to do. But if you got a kid like, hey, you want to make it?
Right.
This is how you do it. And that's it.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, y'all.
I feel you. Good one, Reed. I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, it's been another great edition of the Chop Shop, episode 21. We checking on through these things. Hey, don't forget to check out A Reed on MCXPRadio on YouTube. Hey, go check out all his music too, y'all. The musicologist A Reed got straight fire. So Apple Music, SoundCloud, all them good things. Y'all check him out. Y'all can catch the Buff Nerd on Blurtitude one day.
Sundays, man, 7. Don't do me. I took vacation, but
and also on Big Game Sports Buzz Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. Getting ready to start season 4 of that. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. I'm your boy, Big Game James, Jay Stogs, the Buff Nerd, the musicologist A Reed. We all thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Let's go.